The cool thing about SendOutCards is that it's got its own CRM, customer relationship management tool that you can use. And I know that with a lot of businesses, they may have their contacts in another place. They might be using another CRM tool or their email software, or they might just be using a simple spreadsheet. Regardless of where you're keeping your customer contacts, it's very simple to upload them all in one hit onto your SendOutCards account so that you can start loving on them with thank you cards and birthday cards and all that sort of thing. Now it's really simple to do. You simply click on the relationship icon on the left hand side of your SendOutCards account. Now just bear in mind that if you're on the free account with SendOutCards, you are not going to see the relationships tab, and that's because the free account is more for those ad hoc card sends, whereas the subscriptions are more for business building, where you get all the features of SendOutCards, including your own CRM management tool, and then all the storage to be able to hold it all. So just be mindful that you've got to be on the enhanced or above, otherwise this icon is not going to show up. But if you are on a subscription, then that is fantastic. And so once you click on that, all you have to do is click on the Import Contacts button on the top. Now you can simply click here or just drag the file here to upload. Just make sure that you change it to a CSV file. Now they've also got a sample that you can download here so that you know how it has to be placed. But generally most CRMs that you would download are gonna be pretty accurate anyway. So I'm just gonna show you my one that I have here. So here I just have the first and last name. You can add a company name if you like, and the address fields. Make sure that you add the countries. It will default to the United States because that's where SendOutCards has originated. I've also got birthday and anniversary contacts. You can put them into a group. So if you do this once a year, you can call it your 2020 customer group, or you can do it month by month, or this might be for a particular type of customer. You can also add your customer's spouse details and birthday details so that you can celebrate with them as well. This is particularly handy for Christmas cards because then you can use the insert fields of first name and spouse first name so that you can address both in the Christmas card rather than them receiving one each, which would be weird. Another thing I like to use is the social handle. So I generally put in their Facebook social handle or their Instagram, depending on where they are. And that's just so that I can really celebrate with them on those achievements and put their own personal photos in there, depending on what it is. Now, email and contact number, those are optional. So are most of the fields, but I guess the most important ones are going to be the full name and the full address because these are physical cards being sent out. And now obviously when you're uploading your contacts, you're not going to do one at a time because that would take a long time. So you'd probably have, 5 or more in here. So I'm just going to make up some names just to show you. Cool. All right. So I'm going to save this as a CSV file so that we can use it. And I'll just save that to my desktop. And then I'm going to go back into my SendOutCards account. All right, so I'm going to just pick up that file that I saved to my desktop, and I'm just going to drag it here into my SendOutCards account. Now that's going to populate all of it, but you can see here that that it hasn't assigned some of the fields. So it's got here, match our headers to yours. So they call first name, whereas I've called it F name, and last name I've called it L name, And then some of the fields they've been able to match, but you've just got to go through and you can see that they've marked the mandatory ones such as city. So we generally call that suburb. State is correct. Postal code, we call that postcode. Country is correct. I'm pretty sure I added a phone number, and generally it's going to be a cell number. So we can put that in there as well. And then there's social handles we can put in the website field. And then it looks like the other ones have been matched, so that's perfect. Now the other thing is they want to know what the date format will be for the birthday and anniversary. And as you can see, they've used the month first before day, whereas in Australia we tend to do it the other way around. So just tell them that that's going to be the format to use, and then hit the next button. So they're going to populate our contacts, whether that's 5 contacts or 500. And as you can see, it's ready to import 5 out of 5, which is great. Sometimes you will get some that come through with an error, and that might just be that you've forgotten to put in a field such as your last name or a suburb or a postcode or something that's mandatory but is missing. So then you can just simply type in what it is and hit the done button. All right, once you're happy with that, simply hit the import button, and that's going to import those 5 customers into my customer relationship management tool, otherwise known as relationships. All right, so if I go back to the home page, and then I'm going to go back into my relationships, I'm just going to find those contacts that I just uploaded, and there they are here.